Welcome to this day in wrestling history for January 4th. This may be considered an infamous day, which we'll get into shortly. In 1985, in the main event of the New Japan West Pro Wrestling's Fujiyoshi War show in Japan, the team of Hulk Hogan, Kerry Brown, and King Kong Bundy defeated Antonio Inoki, Kotaro Shiono, and Tatsumi Fujinama in a six-man tag match. And Hulk Hogan in this match was a heel, hence the reason he was teaming up with King Kong Bundy. And in Japan at the time, non-Americans were generally heels, uh, especially kind of odd that because at this time Hulk Hogan was already WWF champion and Hulkamania was already born. In 1999, the night of the infamous finger poke of doom. This was the moment that many saw the turning point in the Monday Night Wars between WWF and WCW. It unfolded due to the combination of various events that throughout the uh, night, WWF War had been taped the previous week, where WCW Nitro was going out live. Both shows would be on the air at the same time on the same night as the bizarre happenings at Nitro would Nitro. And a quick note is that WWF at the time would do a live Raw on Monday night. The next night on Tuesday would tape a the Monday Night Raw for the following week. So this is what happened here. Uh, So let's go on to both shows to what culminated to the bizarre ending and what made it infamous. On Nitro, there was supposed to be a rematch between Bill Goldberg and Kevin Nash for the WCW World Championship from their match from Starrcade from like 10 days earlier, where Nash defeated Goldberg, except Hulk Hogan got Goldberg arrested. I believe something to do with Miss Elizabeth. And then Hogan was announced to take Goldberg's spot in the main event. Meanwhile, in Raw, Mankind loses out a place in the Royal Rumble to Triple H, and after after a fast count by Shane McMahon. After the match, he locks Shane McMahon in a submission hold and refuses to let go unless he faces The Rock for the WWF Championship in a no disqualification match. Uh, and Vince McMahon does agree to that. WCW were known to report the pre-tape war results before they aired as part of their war against WWF. And, and, uh, and this night was no different. Big Bischoff told Tony Schiavone to announce the following: fans, uh, if you're ever thinking about changing the channel to a competition, fans, do not. We we understand that Mick Foley, who wrestled here as Cactus Jack, is going to win the world title. Ah, this is going to put butts in the seats. I remember this, especially him saying this, and me actually being one of the 600, well, you see 600,000 people. Remember, that's from the Nielsen ratings. So I'm sure more than that. But I was one of those people that did change the channel to watch the main event, even though I already knew that about the match because I would flip back and forth, but not long enough. Sometimes I wouldn't watch some stuff long enough to stay, but this one I did. Uh, see, like I said, backfired in a with 600,000 lost viewers going to really on war as men and so and this is to immediately close the okay, this is what happened with that match though too. Mankind faces The Rock in the no DQ match, like I mentioned a minute or two ago. Uh, During the match, Mankind goes to the Mandible Claw on The Rock, but Ken Shamrock it interferes and hits Foley with a chair to break it up. Billy Gunn launches himself across the ring and cuts Shamrock before the sound of breaking glass hits the arena and Stone Cold Steve Austin marches to the ring. He hits The Rock with a chair, and then Foley drags Foley to get the win and is the new WWE champ. Uh, so after that, I switched the channel, and a lot of people did that too. I'm assuming. And around this time, as Mankind is announced as the winner, Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash are face to face in the WCW ring. Uh, they circle each other. Hogan pulls his arm and back to strike him, and ready to strike Nash, but instead he pokes Nash in the chest. Nash drops to the apron, and Hogan pins him for the win and becomes the WCW champion. And later, that was known, like I mentioned earlier, the Finger Poker Doom. In 2008, New Japan Pro Wrestling presented the very first of what would become known as an annual event known as Wrestle Kingdom. This event would be at the iconic Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. The main event of the first one was Kiji Micho and Marciano Chono defeating Hiroshi Tentani and Satoshi Kojiyama. Uh, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship was defended, also defended on the card with Hiroshi Tanahashi retained against Teriyaki in the main event. And over I'm not gonna go by from year to year because so many of them. Over the years, many people, especially Kurt Angle, represented TNA there, as did Team 3D. I do remember in '09 them winning the IWGP belts at Wrestle Kingdom. I never knew it was Wrestle Kingdom until probably a few years ago when I realized that. Um, Jeff Hardy also defended the TNA title there as well. There's a couple of notable things I will get into later in this video as well from other days, years. In 2010, this is the date that the Monday Night War re-emerged, I mean briefly. The date the date marked the eagerly anticipated debut of Hulk Hogan, along with Eric Bischoff, in TNA Wrestling. The show also hosted to a number of surprise debuts and returns, including the likes of Ric Flair, Jeff Hardy, Son Waltman, Shannon Moore, Sean Morley, Scott Hall, the Nasty Boys, and Orlando Jordan. Awesome Kong and Hamada would go on to win the Knockouts Tag Team Championship that night. and ODB defeated Terror for the Knockouts Championship. On this happened to be the same night. On Monday Night Raw, Bret the Hitman Hart made his first appearance in a WWE ring since the Montreal Screwjob in November of 1997. And the reason that's important to say is because even though he got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, he didn't step foot into the arena the next night with the rest of the Hall of Famers because he felt uncomfortable being there. Hart acted as host of Raw that night. In the opening segment, he buried the hatchet with Shawn Michaels. Towards the end of the show, he tried to do the same thing with Vince McMahon, but that didn't work out. And let's see, in 2011, Kofi Kingston defeated Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Intercontinental Championship in on SmackDown, which was taped in Tucson, Arizona. Remember, I just mentioned about Raw. So this is a year later, Tuesday night, Raw being taped. In 2016, uh, Monday Night Raw took place at AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. The main event saw Roman Reigns retaining the WWE Championship against Sheamus, with Miss McMahon as a special guest referee. In 2018, Chris Jericho made his New Japan debut in a loss to Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. This marked Chris Jericho's first non-WWE match since 1999 when in WCW. So, in 2020 was the first time that Wrestle Kingdom would take place over 2 nights, and the first night has always been still kept in Tokyo Dome. And I think for 2020, 2021, and 2022, they did on the 4th and 5th. Last year, they did 3 days, but spread over a couple of weeks. And I think this year they're doing the same thing over 3 days, but over a couple of weeks as well. In 2023 also was notable that after Kerry Shane victory for the Stardom's Women's Championship, Jace Monet, aka Sasha Banks, made her debut and walked out and challenged her for her title. Notable birthdays: Jim Powers was born in 1958. La Parka II, born 1966, and Chris Cannon, born 1970. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all the other, and comment, and have a nice day.